all of the stocks that I bought this week. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we're going to speak about some stocks, baby. So this week I only actually went ahead and picked up positions in 3 companies altogether. And if you follow the channel, you more than likely will be able to give a good guess at least what a couple of them were. It is no secret that I'm a big bull on EV and on growth stocks in general. And if you too are involved in EV right now, you will know that it's a really exciting time for many different companies for one reason or another. But we got some juicy pickups this week that we're going to speak about today. So right before we get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, people? It would mean a lot to me. It really helps me and the channel out. If you're new around here, you know, hit that juicy red subscribe button, people. Join the family. We're growing more and more every single day. And please do drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my picks and also what you went ahead and picked up this week. I'm always interested and I'm always interacting with you guys in that comment section down below. Now, without further ado, people, let's get into the first company of today. You don't get any points if you guess this one, okay? It's Workhorse. It's my baby. I picked up 20 more shares, which brings me up to a total of 120 shares in the company. I bought those 20 shares on Monday when we briefly dipped below $15. I bought at exactly $14.98, and I think that very soon $15 shares in Workhorse are going to be a thing of the past, so I took the opportunity and I got a little bit more in there. Now, I did my weekly Workhorse update earlier on today, and I said in that video that if we approach $15.50 today, I may buy another 20 or 30 shares. As I'm recording this, it's just an hour into market open. You can see we're down about 1%, so I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this, and I may well end up going up to 140 or 150 total shares if we do see a little bit more of a dip. But as of this moment in time, I'm sitting on 120 shares. And my cost basis is pretty much $16 on the dot right now, so we're pretty much at break even. So if you're on the channel for a while, you already know how I feel about Workhorse. Okay, I'm a massive bull on them to the extent where I reached out and interviewed the CFO. I make a video on them every single week. I look into this company more than anybody else, and I just think that the growth prospects they have are literally parallel to none. I think this could be an absolutely incredible company and could be offering genuinely a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If we look on the monthly chart, okay, we didn't close a day below $15 before, okay? So when I saw us go down below $15, I felt very confident adding a little bit more. I'll put it that way. That's why I went ahead and bought 20 more. Honestly, I thought once I got to 100 shares, I'd slow down, but now 150 shares is in my sights, and who knows, you know, if the contract doesn't get announced for another month or so, I could very easily get up to 200, maybe even 250 shares in the company. But one of the biggest things is genuinely just Workhorse's valuation right now. This is one really interesting thing I went on in my video earlier on that we'll brush over quickly. About 23% of today's delivery fleets are comprised of clean technology. These fleet owners expect that number to rise nearly 50% within 5 years. At that rate, roughly 75% of America's 350,000 annual last mile delivery van market could be electric by 2030, for total annual deliveries of over 260,000. Workhorse is in a great position, okay? They're an established name. They've already worked with UPS. They more than likely are going to work with USPS. They're established. Given its early leadership and competitive advantages, Workhorse could easily grab 10% of that market, and I genuinely believe they will have more than that 10%. I think that 10% is very conservative. That equates to just over 26,000 deliveries by 2030. I think average sale price will be around $75,000 by then. Right now, it's about $50,000. As far as I'm aware, and as far as we can guess, I think already the C1000 is above $50,000. So that could be a very realistic expectation within 10 years, inflation, etc. At this average selling price, okay, total revenues for Workhorse could measure nearly $2 billion by 2030. Assuming 20% operating margins, and again, I honestly think we could see a better operating margin and a 20% tax rate. That equates to about $315 million in potential net profits by 2030. A market average 17 times forward earnings multiple on that implies a future market cap for Workhorse of $5.4 billion, okay? That's a market average. I think that Workhorse are going to trade at a premium. I don't think it's going to be 7 times. As of right now, we're sitting somewhere between a $1.6 and $1.7 billion market cap. This is already factoring a 3 times return within 10 years. And I think that this is really conservative, people. This doesn't account for their horsefly drones. It doesn't account for the shorefly. It doesn't account for Lordstown motors. When you really start to add all of these options into it, the valuation right now is genuinely so cheap. Even USPS contract aside, the valuation is very good. Now, I know a lot of people will argue with me, but I believe that it is. Now look, I won't babble on about Workhorse. I made a full video earlier if you want to check it out. I have loads of videos on them if you want to check them out. On to company number 2. Workhorse's brother essentially, DPHC, who will be merging with Lordstown Motors. I bought 30 more shares. That brings me up to 80 shares with a cost basis of $12.86. Now this is definitely one that I do want more shares in, but I don't see any massive jumps happening in the near future. By the end of the year, I definitely do, but I think I have more time to, gradually load up in this company. I don't feel the need to go crazy just yet. But I mean, believing in Workhorse and believing in Lordstown Motors goes hand in hand. And this is a really cool article from Seeking Alpha, okay? Lordstown Motors. It's time to electrify your portfolio. So right now, DPHC is trading at a substantial discount to its peer group of other electric vehicle companies to announce mergers with SPACs. Ahead of the shareholder vote scheduled for the last quarter of this year, the stock has limited downside risk of about 20%. At the price we're at now, about 30%, and potential share price appreciation of 92 to 670%. I mean, the risk to reward for Lordstown Motors right now makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, people. That is why I am going to be willing to continue to load up in this company. Anywhere below $15 I think is going to be an absolute steal, people. I mean, realistically, anything below $20 is going to be an absolute steal, and that's only in the short term, not even the long term. Strategic and renowned investors including General Motors, Fidelity, BlackRock, Wellington and Federated Kaufman participated in a funding round simultaneous with the SPAC announcement to acquire Lordstown Motors. And we should all know at this stage, Lordstown acquired a 6.2 million square foot former General Motors assembly plant with a capacity of 600,000 vehicles per year and an estimated replacement value of $3 billion plus. Massive plant, one of the biggest plants. They have a plant big enough to last them years and years and years, and they also have a plant big enough that they could potentially be outsourced to from Workhorse if ever demand gets to that level. Keep in mind, they do have a strategic partnership. As I said, they are essentially brothers. So the deal is expected to close in the 4th quarter of this year, at which point the combined company will trade under the ticker symbol RIDE. Through the transaction, the company will have $675 million to fund development of its innovative in-wheel electric hub motor design, as well as its flagship endurance model. The commercial fleet market, with initial production expected in the second half of 2021, they want to be the first to market with this full-size pickup model. And if you're the first to market, that is going to be a very, very good thing, especially if your pricing is competitive and the actual vehicle that you're offering is competitive. Being the first to market will be massive, people, because I mean, there is competition in regards to pickup trucks. I mean, we look at Tesla, we also look at Nikola, who I don't really like counting, but anyway, there is competition. DPHC is a SPAC with approximately $10.16 in trust. That means that all goes wrong, your shares will ultimately be worth $10.16. Right now, if you bought this very second in time, the most you can lose per share is $3.42. There is limited downside, there is unlimited upside potential. They have support from Washington, okay? President Trump has tweeted about the company, and Vice President Pence was front and center at the launch of its flagship model Endurance in June. They have an amazing executive team, Steve Burns obviously being an absolute genius. Honestly, guys, I just think at these prices, with the downside and the fact that it is a limited downside, it's an absolute steal, and I really don't understand why it hadn't shot up in value as much as a lot of other companies. They also have 27,000 in pre-orders, and if they are to deliver on those pre-orders alone, it's going to be absolutely immense, people. So this is the kind of company I don't think is going to do a lot. Maybe for 3 months, 4 months even. But I'm fine with that. I will slowly but surely add to my position in Diamond Peak. And the ones that have potentially shorter time frames, I will get involved with more aggressively. The likes of Workhorse. If you're as big of a bull on Workhorse as I am, you automatically are going to be interested in this company. They just go hand in hand. Okay, and there was only one more company I was willing to invest in this week, and I'm happy I did it. Tesla, baby. We just smashed through $2,000 a share yesterday, continuing into today. So I owned 0.75 of a share in Tesla, okay, and I decided I want to own a full share. When the split happens, I want to have a full share, and I want to have 5 shares post-split. So I bought another quarter of a share. As of recording, I am up 18% in my position on Tesla. And it feels really good, because I was so ridiculed for buying these guys at the top at $1,700 a share. And now we're up nearly 20%. And in my opinion, it's not going to slow down until at least after the split happens at the end of this month. Now I will be keeping a very close eye on this, because it has only been 9 trading days that this company has gone up over 50% in, which obviously is insane. I do plan on holding Tesla long term. To be honest, I don't plan on selling off of the hype of this stock split, but of course I'm not going to get too emotionally attached. I will keep my eyes and see how price action goes, but ultimately I'm very happy right now. And I really hope a lot of you guys who dropped comments saying I was stupid for buying at $1,700 see this. So the main reason I bought these guys was what I just said. I want a full share before the stock split happens. I use Trading 212, and if you don't have a full share before the split happens, it just gets completely sold and you would have to buy back in. I didn't want to deal with that hassle. I planned on buying more Tesla anyway, so I just got the extra quarter of a share. Now the split is not the reason I buy Tesla, okay? They have so many growth catalysts, it is not even funny. It is not often anybody would be willing to buy a company that has a PE ratio of over 1,000. But that shows just how much confidence investors, myself included, have in a company like Tesla. Now, one more thing I want to say, okay, is remember that Tesla's Battery Day is coming up September 22nd. Right now, we've seen some insane, and I mean insane, move to the upside. Why I will keep such a close eye on Tesla is because a lot of people buy the hype and sell the news. I mean, we've seen it an awful lot in the market as of late. Hype, volatility, momentum move stocks right now. And then good news comes out and people sell. And it's definitely no different with Tesla, okay? A lot of people day trade Tesla or swing trade Tesla. It is just what it is. That is part of why volatility is so high in this company. There are a lot of people who don't hold it for a very long period of time. So September 22nd and the days leading up to that to me are going to be really, really exciting, but I do think it'll be important for us all to keep a very close eye on the price coming up to it. Now, a disclaimer, I am lying on Tesla and I plan on having a position in Tesla for years and years and years, but that doesn't mean you don't have to keep an eye on it in the short term as well. But that is what I bought this week, guys. 3 stocks, all EV plays, all for one reason or another. Workhorse, because let's be honest, the USPS contract is looming. The announcement is looming, and there was so much news in regards to the USPS this week, I couldn't help but just pick up an extra few little shares. Lordstown Motors, a company I just want to gradually add 20, 30, 40 shares to every week or two until, you know, things start to pick up a little bit. The risk is just so much lower than the potential reward. And Tesla, because it's Tesla, I wanted a full share and it's paid off this far, and I don't think it's going to slow down anytime very soon. So guys, there we have it. All of the stocks that I went ahead and picked up this week. I bet you could have probably guessed that though. If you have watched until the end of the video, as always, I really, really, really do appreciate you. You are helping me and the channel out so much. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here. And you, my friend, are a true legend. The support on the channel has been so overwhelming lately. I mean, we've been breaking record after record every single week. I mean, it's still insane to me. I really don't think I even comprehend it to this day, but I just want to show my appreciation to you guys. And with that being said, if you did enjoy and you did take something from this video, please don't be shy. Hit that juicy like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and drop me a comment, because again, those things help me as a creator out so much. And with that being said, guys, I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for the next video. Peace.